Ronnie Blake and Billy Schroeder will carry the field through turns 3 and 4. Off of turn 4 they come, anticipating the green. Green flag is out. We're going racing in tonight's Sportsman feature event. Ronnie Blake leads them down into turn 1. Schroeder on the outside, back in third position now. Side-by-side battle between Ron Close and Chris Kokosa. Down the backstretch they won with Blake, your leader.
Ron Blake leads the field up into turn number 3. Billy Schroeder, the number 2 spot. Chris Kokosa, all single file. He's running there in third.
Off of turn 4, down the front stretch, Blake continues to be your leader. Schroeder settled into second. Car on the move is Brian Gerain. Gerain with the 16, looking for a way around Chris Kokosa. Gerain back and forth, then it's Guy Sheldon. Mopar, power and fit.
Black Bart, the Mopar 518, the Sheldon Oil Services car, the number 5 spot. He wants to reel in your top runners, and right ahead him, they run side to side. Brian Gerain up high, and down low, Chris Kokosa. Gerain making the pass.
Couple of those cars that we stated were working from the back of the pack. Mike Dolan and Sparky Lowe running together, making their way up to 7th and 8th position now, respectively.
Lead car is running single file with the exception of Brian Gerain, who now works to the inside of the banking up at turn number 4. Your second place man, Billy Schroeder, finds the serious pressure from Gerain here in the front stretch.
Gerain, a winner in 1992 already. He won back here towards the beginning of the season. And we got a car way up top. That's Guy Sheldon, rooster tail up to the wall. He holds it down for the speedway surface and keeps going under green.
Your lead car opening up a bit of ground now, and that is Ron Blake aboard the Flynn's Pharmacy, number 44. He's out in front here with about a 10, now 12 car length advantage over Brian Gerain.
Now Mike Dolan has cracked the top 5 as he weeds his way in. Now in 4th position, he works to the inside of Billy Schroeder down the backstretch. Kokosa rounds out your top 5.
Mike Dolan in the Firehouse Auto Parts, number 26, moving to the inside of your third place runner, but the yellow lights are on the speedway.
Now picking up the pace, Ron Blake and Brian Gerain out of turn 4. Green flag flies. Once again, we're gone back racing. Ronnie Blake leads him down across the stripe. Brian Gerain in second. Dolan looking down to the inside, and Sparky Lowe trying to get inside of him. Down the backstretch they run. Gerain in second, Dolan in third.
Top 6 cars all running single file up at turn number 3. Ron Blake continues to lead. Brian Gerain the number 2 spot. Mike Dolan third. Leaders coming around here into the front stretch now, and Dolan is poised to challenge.
Down into turn 1, Dolan looks downstairs on Brian Gerain. Meanwhile, your leader is still Ron Blake, but now Gerain pulls right up to the back bumper of Blake. It's a 4-car battle up in front. They all run nose to tail up into turn 3. Blake, Gerain, Dolan, and Sparky Lowe. Well, looks like Gerain pressing hard. The car broke loose for a second, but he gathered it in, hangs on to the number 2 spot. Making his way back up through the field here as he started deep, looking for a green out of turn 4. Harry Millard waves the green flag. We're gone back racing. Heavy competition back there for the 3rd spot as Dolan and Gerain go at it. Sparky Lowe shoots down to the inside, trying to take the lead away from Ron Blake. Sparky Lowe noses the Earth Artist Excavating 77S out into the number 1 spot down low. Blake with the Flynn's Pharmacy 44 wants to fight him off on the high side. But your new leader here is Mark Lowe, and behind him they are 4 wide. Really stacking them up back there through the pack as Sparky Lowe has moved the 77S out front. Brian Gerain continues to run second. Now watch Black Bart. Here comes Guy Sheldon down on the inside. Sheldon moving underneath Ron Blake to take over the number 3 spot, and Chris Kokosa wants to follow through as well with the 00 car. Blake is back to 5th as the leaders are in the front stretch. And down the front stretch they run. 1, 2, 3, single file. But then Chris Kokosa works to the inside of Ron Blake. Blake holding on to the 4th spot, but now Kokosa takes it away from him. Blake back in 5th, and then the 6 of Freddie Besh. Besh runs in 6th. Dolan has dropped all the way back to 7. Art Collins racing the number 8 spot. Bobby Hackle in 9th, and Donnie Corellis holding down the number 10 position here. Your leader continues to be Sparky Lowe. Good battle back there through the field with 2 of the fast cars. There's the 68 of Collins, and we got 4 wide stacked in turn 2. 4 cars wide in turn 2, and boy, they all come out of it clean. Getting the worst of that deal over is Ron Blake as he drops back about 4 more positions. However, your leader here now taking a halfway sign. 10 down and 10 to go for Sparky Lowe. 10 laps down and 10 to go for Sparky Lowe out front. Then it's Brian Gerain running second. Guy Sheldon applying pressure in third position. Art Collins up to make contact with the wall in turn 2. We got a couple cars slowing down front here, but looks like we'll stay under green.
Your leader off of 4 is still Sparky Lowe, the 77S. The battle for the number 2 spot between Brian Gerain and Guy Sheldon.
Working her way up through turn 1 and 2. One car going slower, the Al's Furniture Warehouse 45 of Kim Dool, as he works down to the inside of the speedway.
Sparky Lowe with a comfortable 10-car advantage over second place man Brian Gerain, but now Blackboard comes to him in turn 4. Guy Sheldon charging to the inside. Gerain up in the high lane.
Three of the young lions here in the Sportsman division. Sparky Lowe, Brian Gerain, and Guy Sheldon. 1, 2, 3. They work their way down the backstretch.
Titus racing on the speedways for the number 2 spot now between Brian Gerain and Guy Blackbart Sheldon. The Mopar challenging in that number 3 position. He's challenging Gerain for the number 2 spot right here in the front stretch again, side to side.
Up in a turn 1 they go. Sheldon right down on the bottom of the speedway. Lets the 518 drift up just a bit. But Brian Gerain holding off the charge as they work their way down the backstretch.
Sparky Lowe holding his line right in the fast groove out in front. He's letting that 2-car battle wage behind him without worrying about where he's at, as he's got things well in hand here out in front.
Brian Gerain works in the 2nd spot. He's won one feature here on the 1992 season. But Black Bart is hungry. He's coming at him down on the inside once again. Guy Sheldon trying to mount a challenge.
Guy Sheldon really cracking up that Mopar here tonight. And we've got yellow lights on the speedway for a car sitting up in turn number 4. So yellow coming out here. I believe that's the
Dolan. 6th spot to the number 6 of Freddie Besch. 7th spot, the 91M of George Marcus. 8th position, Donnie Corellis. 9th, the 28 of Art Collins. We're going back to green as Sparky Lowe takes him up to turn 1. He works his way through, and yellow lights coming out on the speedway. Couple cars getting together here, and you can see the result. The 62 of Kroos, Ron Kroos' 62, with a Nerf bar into the right rear. And Harry Millard now looks the field over in turn 3. They restart single file. Out of turn 4, Harry waves the green flag, lets him go back to racing. Sparky Lowe brings him down across the stripe. Up into turn 1 they go. Brian Gerain continues to run second. Now Guy Sheldon settles into that 3rd position. We got yellow lights back out on the speedway once again. The work down here on pit road. Now Roy Bridge ducking in. But we'll be looking to go back to green this time by. Green flag flies, and Sparky Lowe picks up where he left off right down here. And he leads him up into turn 1. Now Dolan looking down to the inside of Sheldon, but Sheldon pulling back away. He settles into that 3rd spot as they work down the backstretch.
Cars working side to side, battling for the number 6 position is George Marcus in the 91M and Fred Besch in car number 6. They race side to side, and Besch gets up in the loose stuff up in turn number 4, gathers it back in after making contact with the wall.
Up into turn 1 now. Good battle back there for 5th spot as George Marcus takes that 5th spot. Chris Kokosa back to 6th. 7th spot to Donnie Corellis. 8th to Art Collins.
And Freddie Besch in the number 10 spot, going to challenge Art Collins side to side up in a turn number 4. Your leader here in the front stretch is Sparky Lowe.
Still that battle between Guy Sheldon and Brian Gerain back there as Sheldon finds himself in a 2nd position. Brian Gerain in 3rd. Mike Dolan in 4th, and 5th to George Marcus.
Lead cars running single file on the speedway now. The racing gets tighter as you move a little bit farther back. And the number 6 spot is Donnie Corellis. Then that tight race for the number 7 position there with Chris Kokosa, Freddie Besch, and Art Collins. Up into turn 1, your leaders continue to run single file. Jay Terry a little off the pace back here as he gets up into the loose stuff on the inside. The leaders working their way up into turn 3. Sparky Lowe with a comfortable advantage out in front with the Earth Arctic Excavating 77S. He's got about a 12, maybe 15 car length advantage here in the turn 1. Mike Dolan trying to make a charge down to the inside of Brian Gerain. Gerain holds the 3rd spot. Dolan in 4th. He looks to the inside, but Gerain holds off the challenge. Sparky Lowe still your leader. All alone the number 2 spot is Guy Sheldon, Brian Gerain, Mike Dolan, and now George Marcus hooking up in a 3-car battle for the 3 running place.
First 5 cars all nose to tail down here as they work their way up into turn 1. George Marcus trying to apply some pressure on Mike Dolan as Marcus and Dolan riding together in the points, also on the speedway.
Leader coming through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkers will be out off of turn number 4. Coming down to be a repeat winner here at the Super Nerd Speedway, Sparky Lowe. Lowe, your winner with Black Mark. Guy Sheldon coming across the line in 2nd. Brian Gerain finishes in 3rd. Mike Dolan comes home in 4th. And George Marcus and the Marcus Brothers 91M rounds out your top 5 finishers. With tonight's winner in just a few moments here after he pulls up into victory lane. For you folks making your way on out of the Speedway grounds, we bid you a good evening. Be careful on your way home. Leave the racing here at the Speedway. Want to see you back here Monday night for a big World of Outlaws show. Sparky taking his time climbing out of the cockpit of the car. Let's send it down trackside to Dan Mark.
Okay, thank you, John. And I got one guy climbing out of the car 2 in a row for Sparky Lowe down here. Sparky doing it tonight on the Kendall Oil, Farrell Oil Company night. How's it feel, buddy?
Feels great. One's good, two's better.
You told me a little earlier that it didn't really matter to win, so you wanted to be consistent. You don't get any more consistent than two firsts in a row here.
Well, the car's working real well. I can't say enough about the guys putting the car together and Mike putting the horsepower under me, and it's a lot easier to drive than it was last year. So, like I said, we're just going to try to be consistent and be on the top 5.
Well, Petrucci Power coming out on top again once again here tonight, 2 weeks in a row. That's certainly on the Speedway that it must have been a little tough getting it hooked up.
No, it's not. It's not as tough as you might think. We've just been playing with the compound and the stagger and all that. And when the tires cooled off, I was really getting a great bite. We went some green flag laps there, they started to get hot, and I was a little bit loose in 1 and 2, but I never saw anybody coming up on me, so I guess I was making up for it on the straightaways.
Well, you were making up on it. You were starting to pull away. You had some good competition fighting it out in the back there, but it's a hard racetrack, and you certainly made it pay off for you here as you got out ahead and never looked back. Sparky, I'm going to let you go. You got some celebrating to do. You're making it a habit, and maybe we'll see you down here soon again.
Okay, thank you very much, Dan.
That was Sparky Lowe, winner of tonight's Farrell Oil, Kendall Oil Company Sportsman feature event.